The act of helping others is often seen as the pinnacle of human kindness, a noble endeavor that brings joy and fulfillment. But what if I told you that this selfless act could sometimes lead to unexpected harm, not just to ourselves, but also to those we aim to help? As Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once reflected, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This wisdom urges us to balance our compassion with rational self-care, a balance that can be surprisingly difficult to maintain. Today, we're diving deep into the lesser-known side of altruism, uncovering 13 surprising ways that helping others can actually harm you. From emotional burnout to the erosion of personal boundaries, these insights will challenge what you thought you knew about kindness. Stick around, because understanding these hidden pitfalls could be the key to more effective and sustainable ways to support others, while also taking care of yourself. If you appreciate what we're doing here, the simplest favor I ask is to hit the subscribe button. And don't skip any part of the video. You won't want to miss a single insight. Number 1. The Martyr Syndrome. In the teachings of the Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, there's a profound emphasis on the necessity of self-care. Marcus often reminded himself and his followers that to be effective in helping others, one must first ensure their own health and well-being. He famously noted, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This quote underscores the Stoic belief in the importance of maintaining internal balance and rationality, especially when we extend ourselves to help others. When we constantly prioritize others over ourselves, we risk depleting our emotional reserves. The psychological toll of the martyr syndrome can manifest in various ways: burnout, resentment, and even feelings of inadequacy. Seneca wrote extensively about the dangers of overextending oneself and the importance of setting boundaries. He advised, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." In the context of helping others, this wisdom speaks to the need for balance, ensuring that our efforts to assist do not come at the expense of our own mental health. Think about it. If you're constantly juggling the needs of family, friends, and co-workers, all while neglecting your own self-care, it's only a matter of time before you feel emotionally drained. This pattern of behavior can erode your sense of well-being, leaving you feeling exhausted and unappreciated. The Stoics teach us that while it is noble to help others, it is equally important to recognize when we need to step back and care for ourselves. Epictetus emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control. He stated, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Applying this to the martyr syndrome, we must acknowledge that we cannot control the needs of everyone around us, but we can control how much we give of ourselves. Constantly being the savior can lead to feelings of resentment towards those you're helping and even towards yourself. You might start to wonder why others don't reciprocate the care and attention you provide, which can lead to bitterness and a sense of being undervalued. This is a clear signal that the martyr syndrome is taking a toll on your emotional health. Stoicism teaches us to approach such situations with rationality and self-awareness. By recognizing these feelings early, we can take steps to address them, perhaps by communicating our needs more clearly or by setting healthier boundaries. Number 2. Dependency issues. Have you ever noticed that the more you help someone, the more they seem to rely on you? This phenomenon is crucial to understand because, while our intentions might be pure, excessive help can inadvertently foster a sense of dependency in those we're trying to assist, ultimately hindering their growth and self-reliance. Epictetus taught that we should focus on helping others by empowering them to use their own resources and strengths. He famously said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This means that rather than just giving solutions, we should guide others to find their own, helping them develop resilience and self-sufficiency. Moreover, this dependency can create a cycle of learned helplessness. When individuals become accustomed to receiving help for every difficulty, they may start to believe that they are incapable of overcoming challenges on their own. This mindset can be particularly detrimental in the long run, as it undermines their confidence and ability to handle life's inevitable obstacles. Seneca emphasized the importance of self-reliance. He advised, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." In this context, continually relying on others' help can be seen as wasting one's potential to grow and learn. In professional settings, this issue can manifest as micromanagement. A manager who constantly steps in to correct employees' work might think they are being helpful, but in reality, they could be stifling creativity and initiative. Employees may become overly dependent on the manager's guidance, leading to a lack of confidence in their own abilities. Marcus Aurelius highlighted the importance of allowing others to develop their own skills and strengths. He wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In this case, rather than micromanaging, a manager should aim to empower their team, helping them build confidence and independence. The Stoic approach to helping others involves a balance between support and encouragement of independence. This means offering guidance and support while encouraging others to take responsibility for their own lives. By doing so, we help them develop the tools and confidence to navigate life's challenges on their own. Number 3. Emotional drain. When we dedicate ourselves to supporting those around us, especially during their times of distress, it's easy to become emotionally overwhelmed. This emotional labor can take a significant toll on our well-being, leading to feelings of exhaustion, burnout, and even compassion fatigue. Seneca emphasized the importance of managing our emotional responses and not becoming overly entangled in the problems of others. He wrote, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." This means that by taking on the emotional burdens of others, we can amplify our own suffering unnecessarily. Imagine constantly shouldering the weight of others' burdens, absorbing their pain and suffering as if it were your own. Over time, this emotional labor can become overwhelming, leaving us feeling drained and depleted. The Stoics believed in the power of rational detachment, which involves offering support and compassion without becoming emotionally overwhelmed by the experiences of others. Moreover, without adequate boundaries, helpers risk becoming emotionally depleted, leaving little room for their own needs and self-care. This can lead to a state known as compassion fatigue, where the constant exposure to others' suffering diminishes our ability to feel empathy and compassion. It's a form of emotional burnout that can make it difficult to continue offering support effectively. The Stoics teach us to guard against this by setting clear boundaries and engaging in regular self-care practices. Developing emotional resilience is key to navigating the inevitable challenges and setbacks that accompany helping others. This resilience enables us to bounce back from difficult situations, set healthy boundaries, and recognize when it's necessary to step back and prioritize our own needs. By cultivating emotional resilience, we can continue to offer support to others without sacrificing our own mental and emotional health in the process. The Stoics emphasized the importance of inner strength and resilience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This metaphor highlights the need for resilience and strength in facing life's challenges, including those that arise from helping others. Number 4. Enabling destructive behavior. Sometimes our well-intentioned actions can inadvertently support or perpetuate harmful patterns in those we aim to help. This happens when our assistance removes the natural consequences of their actions, thus preventing them from learning and growing. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This quote encourages us to lead by example, promoting healthy behaviors through our actions rather than merely providing support that could enable destructive habits. Balancing support with accountability is essential when helping others navigate challenging situations. It's important to offer empathy and understanding, but equally crucial to hold them accountable for their actions and encourage them to take responsibility. This might involve setting clear boundaries, offering constructive feedback, or gently guiding them towards resources and support networks that can facilitate positive change. Seneca's wisdom reminds us, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Encouraging others to face their challenges head-on, rather than shielding them from the consequences, helps them develop resilience and courage. The Stoics teach us that true assistance often requires us to challenge and confront rather than simply enable and condone. By striking a balance between support and accountability, we empower others to break free from destructive patterns and take ownership of their lives. Enabling destructive behavior can lead to a cycle of dependency where individuals come to believe they are incapable of overcoming challenges without external assistance. This learned helplessness can undermine their confidence and ability to handle life's inevitable obstacles. Number 5. Loss of identity. When we become deeply entrenched in the needs and struggles of those we're assisting, we risk losing sight of ourselves. This erosion of personal identity can be gradual but significant, affecting our sense of self and overall well-being. In the noble pursuit of helping others, it's all too easy to let our personal interests, passions, and aspirations fade into the background. Imagine a scenario where your days revolve around meeting the needs of others, whether it's lending a listening ear to a friend in crisis or dedicating countless hours to volunteer work. While these acts of compassion are undoubtedly valuable, they can come at a cost: the gradual erosion of our own sense of self. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasized the importance of knowing and maintaining our personal identity. He famously said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This means that understanding and nurturing our true selves is crucial, even as we extend help to others. Personal identity is the core of who we are, our values, interests, beliefs, and dreams. When we continuously prioritize others' needs over our own, we risk becoming defined solely by our role as helpers, rather than by our individual characteristics and aspirations. This can lead to a loss of self-worth and fulfillment, as we begin to see ourselves only through the lens of our contributions to others. Maintaining personal boundaries and hobbies is crucial in safeguarding against the loss of identity. The Stoics believed in the balance between self-care and care for others. Engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, such as painting, hiking, or playing music, reminds us that we are more than just caregivers or supporters. These hobbies help us reconnect with our inner selves and recharge our spirits. Moreover, establishing clear boundaries is essential for preserving our sense of self in the midst of helping others. By delineating when and how we're available to offer assistance, we create space for our own needs and priorities. This might involve setting limits on the amount of time we dedicate to helping others, or respectfully declining requests for assistance when we're feeling overwhelmed or depleted. The loss of identity can also impact our mental and emotional health. When we neglect our own needs and passions, we can become susceptible to feelings of emptiness and dissatisfaction. This emotional toll can affect our ability to help others effectively, as we may become resentful or burnt out. The Stoics teach us that self-care is not selfish, but essential for sustaining our ability to contribute to the greater good. Number 6. Financial strain. From a Stoic perspective, managing one's resources wisely is crucial. Seneca often spoke about the importance of prudence in all aspects of life, including financial matters. He advised, "Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool." This quote underscores the Stoic belief that while it's noble to use wealth for good, it's equally important to exercise wisdom and self-control in financial dealings. The strain of providing financial support can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration, especially if the assistance is not reciprocated or appreciated. The Stoics emphasized the importance of maintaining inner tranquility and not allowing external circumstances to disturb our peace of mind. Setting healthy financial boundaries is crucial in mitigating the risk of financial strain when helping others. This might involve establishing clear guidelines for when and how you're willing to offer financial assistance and communicating these boundaries openly and assertively with those involved. For instance, you might decide to offer help in non-monetary ways, such as providing advice, emotional support, or practical assistance that doesn't involve money. Learning to say no when you're unable or unwilling to provide financial support is equally important, even if it may feel uncomfortable or difficult in the moment. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control applies here. By recognizing that we cannot solve everyone's financial problems, we can take a more measured approach to our generosity. It's essential to recognize that financial assistance is not always the most effective way to help someone. Sometimes it can create a cycle of dependency where individuals rely on external support rather than developing their own financial independence. By providing guidance and resources that empower others to become self-sufficient, we can offer more sustainable and impactful support. Number 7. Neglecting personal needs. When we're always putting others first, it's easy to forget about our own physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This neglect can lead to a host of problems, including burnout, health issues, and a diminished sense of self-worth. Imagine constantly being on call, responding to the needs and demands of those around you, while neglecting your own physical health. This might mean skipping meals, not getting enough sleep, or forgoing exercise. Over time, this pattern of behavior can take a severe toll on your health, leading to fatigue, illness, and even chronic conditions. The Stoic principle of maintaining a healthy mind and body is essential here. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The body ought to be treated more rigorously, that it may not be disobedient to the mind." This implies that taking care of our physical health is crucial to ensuring that we can continue to function effectively and support others. Emotionally, neglecting personal needs can lead to feelings of depletion and resentment. When we are constantly giving to others without replenishing our own emotional reserves, it's easy to feel drained and undervalued. The Stoics believed in the importance of maintaining emotional balance and not allowing external circumstances to disturb our inner peace. Mental well-being is another critical aspect that can suffer when we neglect our personal needs. Constantly focusing on others can leave little room for activities that nourish our minds and souls, such as reading, meditating, or engaging in hobbies. These activities are essential for maintaining mental clarity and a sense of purpose. Seneca wrote, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." This highlights the need to invest time in activities that enrich our minds and bring us joy, ensuring that our lives are not just long, but also fulfilling. Strategies for prioritizing personal well-being while still helping others are essential in maintaining a healthy balance. This might involve setting aside dedicated time each day for self-care activities such as meditation, journaling, or going for a walk in nature. The Stoics believed in the power of routine and discipline to cultivate a virtuous life. Moreover, establishing clear boundaries around our availability and willingness to offer assistance is crucial. This might mean learning to say no when we're feeling overwhelmed, or ensuring that we have time set aside for ourselves each day. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This wisdom underscores the importance of setting boundaries to protect our well-being and maintain our autonomy. Cultivating self-compassion and recognizing the importance of our own well-being is vital. Just as we would extend empathy and understanding to a friend in need, we must learn to offer the same kindness to ourselves. The Stoics teach that self-care is not selfish, but a necessary foundation for a balanced and virtuous life. By prioritizing personal well-being, we not only replenish our own reserves, but also become better equipped to offer genuine support and assistance to others. Number 8. Resentment and bitterness. Despite our best intentions, feelings of resentment can gradually take root, especially when our efforts to help are not reciprocated or appreciated as we had hoped. This emotional build-up can erode our relationships and diminish the joy we derive from helping others. The Stoics offer valuable insights into managing these complex emotions. Seneca emphasized the importance of maintaining inner tranquility and not allowing external circumstances to disturb our peace of mind. He suggests that our perception and response to events play a significant role in our emotional well-being. When we feel unappreciated or taken for granted, it is our reaction to these feelings that can either fuel resentment or help us maintain our composure. The experience of resentment towards those we've helped can be particularly potent when the help provided is not reciprocated in kind. Whether it's a lack of gratitude, a failure to acknowledge our efforts, or a refusal to reciprocate support when we're in need, these perceived slights can fuel feelings of bitterness and disillusionment. The Stoics teach us to focus on our own actions and intentions rather than the responses of others. Healthy ways to address and manage feelings of resentment are essential in preserving our own well-being and maintaining healthy relationships. One strategy involves practicing empathy and seeking to understand the perspectives and circumstances of those we feel resentful towards. By recognizing that their actions may be influenced by their own struggles and limitations, we can cultivate compassion and forgiveness, easing the burden of resentment. Addressing and managing feelings of resentment requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable emotions and engage in honest communication. Whether it's through journaling, therapy, or open dialogue with the individuals involved, taking proactive steps to address resentment can pave the way for healing and reconciliation. By acknowledging and processing our feelings in healthy ways, we can release the grip of bitterness and reclaim a sense of peace and emotional well-being. The Stoics teach us that our inner tranquility is paramount, and maintaining this balance allows us to continue offering support to others without compromising our own happiness. Number 9. Impact on relationships. In personal relationships, the act of constantly helping others can create an imbalance where one partner or friend may feel neglected or unimportant. Imagine a scenario where a partner spends the majority of their time and energy assisting friends or colleagues, leaving their significant other feeling sidelined. Despite the best efforts to be supportive, this imbalance in attention and priorities can sow seeds of resentment and dissatisfaction in the relationship. Constantly helping others can create a dynamic where our relationships become transactional in nature, centered around the exchange of assistance and support, rather than genuine connection and intimacy. This can lead to feelings of disconnection and isolation, as the depth and authenticity of our relationships are overshadowed by the roles of caregiver or rescuer. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, emphasized the importance of authentic and meaningful connections. He wrote, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." When we allow our relationships to be defined solely by our helpfulness, we risk losing the true essence of connection and understanding. Constantly helping others can lead to a dynamic where our relationships become one-sided, with one person always in the role of the giver and the other as the receiver. This imbalance can create a dependency that undermines the equality and reciprocity essential for healthy relationships. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of mutual respect and equality in relationships. We should strive for relationships where both parties are equally valued and supported, rather than perpetuating a dynamic of giver and receiver. To maintain healthy relationships, it is essential to prioritize quality interactions with loved ones, free from distractions or external obligations. This might involve setting aside dedicated time for meaningful activities and conversations that strengthen the bond and intimacy in the relationship. Cultivating empathy and compassion within our relationships can help bridge the gap between our desire to help others and our commitment to nurturing meaningful connections. By actively listening to the needs and concerns of our loved ones, we create a supportive environment where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Epictetus advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wisdom highlights the importance of active listening and empathy in building strong and healthy relationships. Number 10. Compassion fatigue. The Stoics, particularly Seneca and Epictetus, emphasized the importance of protecting one's inner tranquility and not becoming overly entangled in the emotional turmoil of others. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This principle suggests that while it's essential to be present and supportive, we must also safeguard our own emotional well-being. Imagine a healthcare worker who spends long hours caring for patients in distress, or a social worker who listens to the harrowing stories of abuse and trauma day in and day out. While their intentions may be to offer support and alleviate suffering, the relentless exposure to others' pain can take a significant toll on their own well-being. Marcus Aurelius' wisdom highlights the need to focus on what we can control, our reactions and emotional state, to protect ourselves from the detrimental effects of compassion fatigue. Developing techniques for combating compassion fatigue and fostering resilience is essential for those in helping professions. One effective strategy involves practicing regular self-care rituals that replenish and rejuvenate our emotional reserves. Engaging in activities that bring us joy and relaxation, such as meditation, exercise, or spending time in nature, helps restore our emotional balance. Seeking support from peers, mentors, or mental health professionals can provide a vital lifeline for those struggling with compassion fatigue. Sharing our experiences and vulnerabilities with others who understand the unique challenges of helping professions can offer solace, validation, and guidance. Setting healthy boundaries and practicing self-compassion are crucial in preserving our well-being in the face of compassion fatigue. Learning to recognize our own limits and saying no when necessary allows us to prioritize our own needs and prevent burnout. Cultivating a mindset of rational detachment can help us maintain our emotional resilience. The Stoics taught that while we should care for others, we must not let their suffering overwhelm us. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This principle encourages us to focus on what we can control, our actions and responses, and accept what we cannot change. By practicing rational detachment, we can offer support without becoming emotionally overwhelmed. Number 11. Unrealistic expectations. When we commit ourselves to helping others, there's an unspoken pressure to always be available and helpful, no matter the cost. This pressure can lead to unrealistic expectations from those we assist, as well as from ourselves, creating a cycle of stress and burnout that is difficult to break. Epictetus emphasized the importance of setting realistic boundaries and managing one's own expectations. He taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom is crucial when dealing with the expectations placed upon us. By recognizing our own limits and managing our reactions, we can maintain a healthier balance between helping others and taking care of ourselves. Setting realistic boundaries and managing expectations is essential in navigating the minefield of unrealistic demands. This might involve communicating openly and assertively about our availability and limitations. By setting clear guidelines for when and how we're willing to offer assistance, we create a framework for healthy and sustainable relationships. Managing expectations requires a degree of self-awareness and self-advocacy. It's about recognizing our own limits and asserting our right to prioritize our well-being, even if it means disappointing others or setting boundaries that may be perceived as selfish or unhelpful. The Stoics believed in the power of self-mastery and the importance of focusing on what is within our control. In professional settings, unrealistic expectations can manifest as an unending stream of tasks and responsibilities, leading to chronic stress and burnout. A manager who expects their employees to be constantly available and responsive may inadvertently create a work environment that is unsustainable and harmful. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of leading by example and fostering a healthy work-life balance. He wrote, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." By setting realistic expectations and promoting a balanced approach to work and life, we can create a more supportive and sustainable environment. Managing unrealistic expectations involves cultivating a mindset of acceptance and flexibility. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control the demands and expectations of others, we can control our responses and attitudes. By practicing acceptance and letting go of the need to meet every expectation, we can reduce our stress and maintain our inner peace. Number 12. Self-neglect. When we consistently prioritize the needs of others above our own, we risk neglecting essential aspects of our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This self-neglect can lead to various negative outcomes, including burnout, health issues, and a diminished sense of self-worth. From a Stoic perspective, self-neglect is seen as a failure to fulfill our primary duty to ourselves. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus and Seneca, emphasized the importance of maintaining a balanced life and taking care of one's own needs as a foundation for being able to help others effectively. Epictetus taught, "Make it your study to withdraw yourself from all the impressions of the senses, to concentrate yourself upon your own mind, to take pleasure in the study of it." This principle underscores the importance of self-reflection and self-care as essential components of a balanced life. When we consistently put others' needs above our own, we may neglect essential self-care practices such as getting enough sleep, eating healthily, and engaging in regular exercise. Over time, this pattern of behavior can take a toll on our physical health, leading to fatigue, illness, and even chronic conditions. Emotionally, Self-neglect can lead to feelings of depletion, resentment, and burnout. When we are constantly giving to others without replenishing our own emotional reserves, we can become overwhelmed and undervalued. The Stoics emphasize the importance of emotional balance and self-care. Seneca advised, "You must live for another if you wish to live for yourself." This wisdom highlights the interdependence of self-care and the ability to care for others effectively. Mental well-being is another critical aspect that suffers when we neglect our personal needs. Constantly focusing on others can leave little room for activities that nourish our minds and souls, such as reading, meditating, or engaging in hobbies. These activities are essential for maintaining mental clarity and a sense of purpose. Strategies for prioritizing personal well-being while still helping others are essential in maintaining a healthy balance. This might involve setting aside dedicated time each day for self-care activities such as meditation, journaling, or going for a walk in nature. The Stoics believed in the power of routine and discipline to cultivate a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By integrating self-care into our daily routine, we ensure that our own well-being is not sacrificed in the pursuit of helping others. Establishing clear boundaries around our availability and willingness to offer assistance is crucial for preventing self-neglect. This might mean learning to say no when we're feeling overwhelmed, or ensuring that we have time set aside for ourselves each day. Cultivating self-compassion and recognizing the importance of our own well-being is vital. Just as we would extend empathy and understanding to a friend in need, we must learn to offer the same kindness to ourselves. The Stoics teach that self-care is not selfish, but a necessary foundation for a balanced and virtuous life. By prioritizing personal well-being, we not only replenish our own reserves, but also become better equipped to offer genuine support and assistance to others. Number 13. Overlooking red flags. When we're deeply invested in assisting someone, it's easy to miss or ignore warning signs that indicate deeper issues or harmful behaviors. This oversight can lead to significant problems, not only for the person we're trying to help, but also for ourselves. Imagine a scenario where a friend repeatedly makes excuses for their partner's controlling behavior, attributing it to stress or temporary difficulties. Despite mounting evidence of manipulation or abuse, they choose to overlook the warning signs, believing they can help their partner change or improve. This situation can lead to a dangerous cycle where the helper becomes complicit in enabling harmful behavior. The Stoics teach us to confront uncomfortable truths and take action based on rational analysis. Overlooking red flags can stem from a desire to see the best in others and maintain harmony in relationships. However, this can prevent us from addressing underlying problems that need to be confronted for true healing and improvement to occur. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." This quote highlights the courage required to face difficult situations and make tough decisions. By addressing red flags early on, we can prevent more significant issues from developing and support others in making positive changes. Addressing red flags requires a combination of self-awareness, courage, and empathy. The Stoics believed in the power of self-reflection and continuous improvement. By understanding our own biases and motivations, we can better recognize when we might be overlooking red flags and take steps to correct this oversight. Maintaining open and honest communication with the individuals we are helping is crucial. By expressing our concerns in a non-judgmental and empathetic manner, we create a safe space for them to share their experiences and consider alternative perspectives. Seneca emphasized the value of dialogue and understanding in building strong relationships. He wrote, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." This wisdom highlights the importance of fostering open communication to address red flags effectively. Moreover, seeking support from trusted friends, family members, or professionals can provide invaluable perspective and guidance. By consulting with others who may have a different vantage point or expertise, we can gain valuable insights and develop a more comprehensive understanding of the situation. As we conclude our journey into the complexities of helping others, remember that true compassion begins with taking care of yourself. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics, balance your empathy with rational self-care, set healthy boundaries, and cultivate resilience. By doing so, you can offer genuine and sustainable support to those around you without sacrificing your own well-being.